On the basis of validity, contracts may be classified as 1. Valid contract, 2. Void contract, 3. Voidable contract, 4. Unenforceable contract, and 5. Illegal contract. According to Section 10 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, all agreements are contracts if they are made by the free consent of the parties competent to contract for a lawful consideration and with a lawful object and are not hereby expressly declared to be void. To constitute a contract, certain conditions are to be satisfied, namely, first, two parties. In every contract, there must be two parties, namely, offerer and acceptor. Both must be communicated properly to each other. Second, consensus ad idem. It means identity of minds between the parties to contract. Third, capacity of parties. The parties to the contract must be competent to enter into a contract. According to Section 11 of the Indian Contract Act, any person is competent to contract provided he is major, of sound mind, not disqualified by law in force to contract. Fourth is free consent. Consent is said to be free when it is not caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, mistake, etc. Fifth is lawful consideration. For a contract to be valid, there must be lawful consideration. Consideration means something in return. It must refer to both the parties. It is a price for contract. Therefore, it is said that a contract without consideration is void. Sixth is legal relationship. For a contract to be enforceable, it must create a legal relationship between the parties. Mere domestic or social agreements do not give rise to legal relationships. Seventh is lawful object. For a contract to be valid, the object for which it has been entered into must be lawful. According to Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, an agreement entered into with lawful consideration or object is declared void if it is forbidden by law, defeats any provision of law, or is fraudulent, if it causes injury to persons or property of another, if it is immoral or opposed to public policy. Now, eighth is terms must be certain. The terms of contract must be clear and certain. They must not be vague. For instance, A offers B 100 tons of oil. The terms of offer are not clear since the nature of oil is not mentioned. Ninth is the possibility of performance. It is no contract if there is no possibility for its performance. According to Section 56 of the Indian Contract Act, an agreement to do an act impossible itself is void. For instance, a contract to construct a building within 2 days.